All right, welcome to episode number 2 of the Zero to Payout series. And we are starting off this series with a loss. It sucks, it's a little bit unfortunate, but hey, that's part of trading. Losses are inevitable, and this is supposed to be a very transparent and honest series. So I want to show you guys everything. So today we're going to go over the loss I took, the lessons that I'm taking away from it, and how we're going to move forward from here. I ended up losing $448 on the account today, so nothing major. We didn't quite hit the daily loss limit, but same shit. And this is the trade I took. First, I want to go over what I was looking at going into the day and then how we ended up taking this position. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. The bias for today was pretty clear, or I don't want to say bias, but I think the condition was very clear. So when price was opening, we were inside of this 1 hour bearish gap right here. Now on the 4 hour, price is respecting this 4 hour gap, and the thought process behind this was if price wants to respect this 1 hour bearish gap, I expect lower prices. If we want to blow through it, I expect price to make its way back up inside the range like we've been doing and probably take out these buy side draws. Looking at the range for the past month, this is the daily time frame. So I've been a little hesitant with expecting price to break out of this range. So the bias was pretty conflicted. I would not have been surprised whatsoever if price broke through this 1 hour and we went higher and made our way back into this god-awful range. Now, the thing I did not like about shorts today, this was the only really thing that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, is this low right here was already taken, okay? So this technically, if price wants to make its way back up inside the range, this is gonna be a protected low. So targeting that, it sketched me out just a little bit, okay? Because I'm trying to target draws that have not been tapped, that are clear. And for me, if we look at the 4 hour, this draw that I have marked out lower is much, much more clear than this low right here. So at open, price comes up into this 1 hour gap, and we respect it pretty nicely. Price comes down. I'll show you the 5-minute time frame. This 5-minute close was beautiful. So at this point, I am wanting to see lower prices towards at least this low, if not this low. The reason why I didn't take the first short entry, because there was this entry here where price retraced up into this 5-minute gap, and I'm gonna take this off for now. I'll put it back on in a second. Price retraces into the 5-minute. We get beautiful displacement out of it on the 1 minute if you were to zoom down, and you would have taken something. I saw a lot of people take this trade. You would have taken a short with this candle close, stop at the high, take profit at this low, and that trade played out beautifully. So if you did take that great trade, great. I saw a lot of people in my Discord took this W, so that's awesome. The reason why I faded this trade, I'm gonna take off the 1 hour gap so this is more clear. You guys, you know it's there. Reason why I faded this is because the retrace to the 5-minute happened as we were tapping this bullish 15-minute gap, okay? I did not like that. This 15-minute close, I did not like it at all, okay? When I see price come down into the 15-minute and we close up here, how am I supposed to look for a short? Like, this does not scream to me that we want to take out this draw. What this 15-minute close screams to me is that this low is going to stay protected. More than likely, we're going to run that hourly gap and move higher. Now, that is not what ended up happening. Price ended up displacing lower. We displaced through that 15-minute gap and took the draw. So the way that I think about it is, yes, do I get a little bit of FOMO missing out on a trade that hindsight looks very good? 100%. But if I would have taken this trade and it would have lost, I know for a fact what I would have put in my journal. I would have put in my journal that I am taking a trade that is respecting a 15-minute gap in the opposite direction of the way I want to see price go, and I'm targeting a draw that's already taken, which is technically a protected low. So for me, I did not have the confidence to take the setup, and honestly, I'm not really upset that I missed out on it, because it just, I don't know. I would have had some things to put in my journal. I probably would have been upset about it. So it is what it is, but hindsight, it does look pretty good. So if you took it, I think it's a pretty damn good trade. You know, some of the takeaways for dodging this trade is realizing that price respecting the 1 hour gap is going to outweigh this 15-minute gap being respected. The only reason I've been a little hesitant lately just because I thought price might make its way back inside this range, but it looks like we're breaking out. So that is good. So if you took that trade, good job. Enjoy your Friday with the W. But now let's get on to the trade that I took. Once price comes down here and takes this draw, at this point I'm hands off. Because in order for me to target this second draw, I'm going to take that off. In order for me to target this second draw here, I need to see price displace through this first draw. And I'm going to take this off as well so it's more clear. Once we get this candle closure through this first draw, I was pretty confident that price probably wanted to hold the volume and keep going to the second draw. When we started slowing down here, it showed me that we didn't immediately want to sweep the draw, which is a good sign if we want to go lower. So price is holding its ground down here. So now I am looking for this gap to be my condition. So if price comes up into that gap, we respect it with good volume, then I want to get an entry towards this drawdown here. If we close through this gap, I expect us to sweep this draw and go higher. So what do we get? We retrace up inside this gap, and then we get an immediate reaction. I mean, this was a quick, we came up into this gap and immediately closed below it and had this good bearish candle close. I entered this trade, this was the mistake I made. I entered this trade before the candle closed. So actually, I want to see, I had it marked out, but I don't remember exactly. I think I like bottom ticked this shit. Yeah. The risk to reward on this trade was fantastic. The directional confirmation was great with a good reaction. But here's the thing. If I'm going to take a trade after the first draw is taken, I need to be 100% certain that price wants to deliver to the second draw and not slow down. Because a lot of times price to take the first draw will slow down and fake out a lot of people that are targeting that second draw. That was the mistake I made today. If I would have waited for this candle to close and I saw that we didn't close with a complete solid candle down, more than likely I don't take this trade. Because if I'm targeting the second draw, I need to see a solid bearish candle close. I entered this trade when there was about 10 seconds left before the candle close. So 10 seconds makes the entire difference of me walking away from today with just taking nothing versus a loss. So I am a little bit upset about the execution. I think the idea behind the trade was good, but I should have waited for the candle close. And if I would have seen this wick here, I probably would have waited for a bit more confirmation, which we never got. And if you're going to target the second draw, you need a lot of conviction. And what I should have waited for was a 5-minute tap to really confirm that we were going to go down. And we got this 5-minute tap right here. You can see we tapped right into it pretty perfectly. And then price immediately displaced lower. I mean, this was like, if I would have seen this, I would have entered probably somewhere here, I would say. And then this would have been, what if I can take profit to the low? And it would have been a break-even trade. So it is what it is. But this is why after a loss, I just hop off. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, like, if you took the loss that I took and then you got break-evened, or maybe you took this trade and you were emotional because of the loss and you're like, no, I'm super confident we're going to this low, but then you end up getting stopped out and now you have a double loss. So for me, it just makes more sense after a loss, just hop off. Like, best case scenario, you're break-even or slightly above. Worst case scenario, your account's almost blown. You are never going to blow an account by taking one loss, as long as you're not sized like a dumbass. So for me, I'm very happy. It was pretty emotionless trading when I took the loss. I wasn't really too upset about it. It wasn't a bad loss, in my opinion. There's just some things I could have done better, but it is what it is. We move on. It's totally okay. We're still gonna try to build this account. I told you guys I'd show you the calendar. So you can see here, one trade, minus 448. And yeah, really the plan from here is not to change anything, because I am still, like I told you, I'm gonna risk 25% of the account. We lost about that today, and I'm still gonna have the same risk plan moving forward. I'm not going to shorten my risk. I'm not going to up my risk to try to make that back. No, I'm just going to walk away for the day, enjoy the weekend, it's fucking Friday, and then I'm gonna come back next week and hopefully we build this account, and that's really it. And the beauty of prop firms is, am I really losing $448? No, I'm not. But if I were to sit here and be an idiot and blow the account, then I'm actually losing money. So I'm happy with the habits today. Even though I've been trading for lots of years now, I still use my journal. I probably have like 6 notebooks full of just journaling and reflection from the chart. So still to this day, when I take a loss, I always try to take something away from that. This is what I wrote down in my journal. You really can't see shit, but I'm gonna read it to you. So how I start off, I write, of course, I have the date up top, and then I said, loss on the day, minus 450 per account. Respected the 1 hour bearish gap with draws lower, didn't have confidence in the first short entry because the first draw was technically already taken and the retrace to the 5-minute happened after respecting bullish 15-minute. Waited to see displacement through the first draw, looking to target the stronger draw. When price invalidated the 15-minute and displaced through the first draw, I saw a clean retrace to a 1-minute gap and a quick strong bearish reaction. Entered 10 seconds before candle close with a stop loss at the wick high. Lessons I'm taking away from this trade. First lesson. Should have waited for a candle close because it ended up not closing as solid as I would like. Lesson number 2, realize the 1 hour bearish gap holds more value than the 15-minute bullish gap. Lesson number 3, if you are going to take a trade after the first draw is taken, wait for a deeper retrace with additional confirmation, ideally to a 5-minute or wait for solid candle close. So, a lot of you fail to do that, which is why you do not succeed in this game long term. Because the minute you think you're the shit and the minute that you stop learning, that is when the market is going to humble you. So even though I have a lot of confidence in my strategy and in my edge, there's still always learning lessons to take away. The market is constantly evolving. You need to adapt. And if you fail to realize your mistakes, you are going to get fucked. So that is how I handle a loss. That's my routine. I walk away, I'm done for the day. I come back a few minutes later, I journal it, and then that's that's all you can do. And that's how you're gonna make it long-term in trading. Because if you're to sit here and blow your account, revenge trade, do all the stupid shit, you will never make it. You will be back in eval jail quick, and you'll be upset about yourself, and you'll be crying, wondering, okay, which Subway or McDonald's am I gonna work at next? And we don't fucking want that. We're trying to trade here, all right? Real quickly, I did copy trade this on my other accounts. So I want to show you the group P&L. So just full transparency. I know it's not part of the series, but whatever. So we're down 36.79 for the day. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, I have the link to join my free Discord. That's going to be in the description of this video. As always, I post my bias every single day. I post the draws on liquidity. I review your guys' trades if you send them in, and I give my honest review. So it's super helpful. It's completely free. I would definitely join. Awesome community. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.